You are Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST. Part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well. Welcome into the Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST. That was too freaking close for comfort. And even though they did get the win 10-9, I'm not happy. That was bad managing. What in the frick are you doing putting Kopech in the sixth? Come on. God, when is that guy going to learn? In the sixth? I know they won, so I shouldn't be upset, but I am. It should have been 10-5, not 10-9. Damn, Diamondbacks nearly came back and won it. That is just unnecessary stress, Dave Roberts. Pull your head out, do what's easy, do what's right, and put the closer in against the team that is hot on your ass. I don't care if it's 5 runs. Put in Kopech to close the game out, not in the 6th inning. That was just ridiculous. I would have even been okay with Evan Williams or Evan Phillips. I need an Evan Williams right now. Holy balls. Who's with me? I mean, come on. That was just unnecessary stupidity and stress. Oh, let's get this thing rolling. Needed to get that off my chest. It's the Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. The place to hang out when every game is done. We come on right after the game and break it down. Call it like it is. I'm sorry. That was just bad managing right there. You can also listen on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. I'm Pete Fox, covering sports in LA dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the easiest, most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/lockedonmlb and use that code, all lowercase, Locked On MLB, for a first deposit match up to $100. Well, 81 wins, nothing to sniff at, or however that saying goes, blink at, shake a stick at. Best in baseball, 81-54, 36-30 on the road after a 10-9 win. Crazy, weird game. Kershaw left after the first inning, and Nando thinks he is hurting the team. Guy can't handle big games. Yes and no. We'll see what's up with the toe. I mean, he was humping it up there at around 69, 70 miles an hour when he left. The Corbin Carroll home run came off a 69-mile-an-hour breaking ball. You could see early on that he had nothing. I think this is both good and bad. When Kershaw has nothing, it's fairly obvious. Now, a couple of outings ago, he had a horrible first inning, gave up 4 runs, and then got the ducks in a row, got the ship back in order, righted the ship. I always find it funny when there's this little program that we use after the show. It's called Choppity, and it chops up the show into little segments, and then it gives you the transcript for the entire show. And every time I say righted the ship, it says right the ship or something. Like they don't know what righted the ship means. Anyway, last time out, Kershaw did that. He got everything back on track and was pitching pretty well. And obviously he still knows how to pitch. Does he have the physical ability? At times. But I think it is a minor blessing in disguise that when he really doesn't have it, it's pretty obvious. Like tonight, he didn't have it. And they went out and got him right away. Not right away. He got through the first inning, gave up 2 in the first. Then he gave up that home run to Corbin Carroll, and that was that. I think he almost kind of took himself out of the game. So that's another positive sign that he's not trying to go out there and be a hero and be foolish and try to stay in there and do the team more damage than good. So those are both things that hopefully are good for the Dodgers in the evolution of an aging Clayton Kershaw as they head towards a playoff run. So yeah, a weird game all in all. Loaded the bases in the first. The curve was not good for Kershaw, loopy and slow, and a great play by Teo for a double play to get out of that jam in the first inning, although they did give up the 2 on no outs to start the second for the Dodgers. And this was nice to see in the second inning for LA. They scraped across 3 runs there. Miggy had an RBI single, which was awesome, but then a sac fly run and a fielder's choice run. That made it 5-2. Joe Kelly came in relief of Kershaw, did a really nice job there for 1 inning. Nando makes another good point. Only Dave Roberts would leave Joe Kelly in for 2 innings. Fire Dave Roberts. Completely agree. Like, what the heck was that? It's the most pitches Joe Kelly has thrown in 8 years. The most pitches he's thrown since he was a starter in 2016. So obviously they were grasping at straws. They were doing a fire drill with the bullpen. They threw 8 innings, but there was a better way of working through it. I agree. I don't think Joe Kelly should have come back out. I think Vesia coming back out was fine. Vesia threw an inning and a third. Brazier looked good as usual. He's been real good. He's been averaging 9 pitches since his return from the IL, which is like 8 games. 7 pitches tonight for Brazier. Why is that guy pitching so early in the game? 5th inning for Brazier. Kopech the 6th. Hudson in the 6th looked good. 0s and a strikeout. Trinan gave up a hit. 1K, the rest 0s. And Bonda almost wet the bed. Like, move Vesia down. Bonda's been good. I get it. So Bonda and Vesia to me are basically interchangeable. So you can put them in either place. But Vesia, Hudson, Brazier, Trinan, Bonda, Kopech. And this game is completely stress-free. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sure it's all based on matchups and analytics. Kopech already pitched. I know. Thanks for that obvious piece of information. My point is, Kopech should not have pitched in the 6th inning duff time. He should have pitched in the 8th or 9th, even though it wasn't a save opportunity. If you're going to run him out there, why waste him in the 6th inning? Everybody was saying it. Joe was saying it. Oral was saying it. Like, what is this? Knowing what's in front of you, this is a very good team, the highest scoring team in Major League Baseball. They score 15 more runs than anybody in baseball in the 9th inning. Where's that stat? Why isn't that plastered across your whiteboard? This team comes back in the 9th inning. Even though we're up 5, we need the closer in there. Unless they've taken that term away from Kopech now, and he's lost, leaves on the trust tree. God, his trust tree is driving me crazy. You put somebody on the trust tree, unless they start to falter, they should remain at the top of the trust tree. I guess the top's good, right? Or is it the bottom? Jesus, it's just infuriating. Dave Roberts or Andrew Friedman. Apologies that I called you Freeman the other night, but sometimes, in frustration with the decisions that are made that Dave Roberts has to own that are more than likely coming from Friedman, I called him Freeman. So apologies if you guys were yelling at me. This guy doesn't even know the name of the Dodgers VP of player personnel. He's an idiot. Yeah, sometimes I am. I apologize. 10-9 tonight. Tonight, the idiot was Dave Roberts. I'm sorry. Like, this game did not need to be 10-9. I know it's a win, and that's awesome. Now, 5 up on the Diamondbacks and 6 up on the Padres. Huge win. If they can get one more in this 4-game set, all is well, right? A split against this team right now is good. The bullpen is stressed. I get it. Especially after tonight. Tomorrow's going to be tough. Hopefully we get another 7 out of Gavin Stone. He is starting tomorrow. In his last 2 outings, he has pitched 7 innings. So even if we get 6 out of him, that'll be fantastic. So a nice win tonight. A weird game. So many more bizarre stats to get into, like the amount of runs the Dodgers had scored in the first 4 innings. So that was another super positive thing about this game tonight, that they were able to put up runs in the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th, because they haven't been doing that of late. I'll give you that stat right after the break. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. And you can listen to us wherever you find your podcasts on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. That's where you find Jeff and Vince doing the Dodgers Daily podcast. Check them out. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. With over 5 million active members, PrizePicks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, it's just you against the numbers. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 players and their stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. PrizePicks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off, which ones aren't. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinion into real money all season long on PrizePicks. And don't forget, with the NFL regular season right around the corner, you got to get your more or less season stat projections in. With will Patrick Mahomes throw for more or less than 4,300 yards? Will CJ Stroud's sophomore season result in more or less than 4,150? Enter your season picks before week 1 kicks off. PrizePicks is available in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code LOCKEDONMLB and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. That's LOCKEDONMLB on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play 5. You don't even have to win to receive the $50. It is guaranteed, and they have easy withdrawals and easy deposits. My initial deposit was super painless and hassle-free. So check them out. PrizePicks, run your game. All right, Dodgers, a 10-9 nail-biter win that they held on to thanks to the bullpen when it was all said and done. I got to give Bonda some credit that he didn't unravel anymore. Even after giving up the home run and the 4 runs, he kept his game face, he kept grinding, and he got it done. The last 4 games for the Dodgers, 17 of their 19 runs have come in the first 4 innings. So when this one was 5-5 in the 4th inning, we were starting to get a little worried. Like, where's the offense going to come from? Because they're not used to putting up runs past the 4th inning. So I like to see that they grinded, got back to swinging the bat. Shohei Ohtani went deep. A really nice night at the plate offensively. Everyone got a hit. Like, after Shohei was the only guy last night to not get a hit, he came out first pitch swinging and got a hit, which leads us to the Diamond Dogs list tonight. For number 5, the leadoff double to right field, first pitch of the game for Shohei. That was a good feeling right there. For number 4, Freddie Freeman, a 2-run home run off a fastball that went 390 feet. It was his 18th of the season. That was part of was that the first inning or the second inning? Freddie Freeman in the first. Yeah. So got things rolling right there for the Dodgers with a 2-0 advantage. Unfortunately, the Diamondbacks, the Serpientes tied it right away. The Dirty Snakes, as my former colleague Dave Damashek used to say all the time, the Dirty Snakes. For number 3 on the Diamond Dogs list, Miggy Rojas, a 2-strike RBI single to right. Dodgers had like 4 or 5 hits with 2 strikes tonight. That's like the 2-out stat. I mean, 2 strikes, 2 outs, battling, never out of it. Those are good characteristics to have. For number 2, a leadoff double in the 6th from Max Muncy to left center in the gap. It was his 3rd time on base in the game at that point. That was the 6th. For number 1, Will Smith's 3-run job was a blast. A 392-foot homer, his 17th of the season, came on an inside fastball. His first hit since last Saturday, and his 2nd home run since July. It was also on 2 strikes and made it 9-5. And then for 1A, Shohei Ohtani, 43rd blast of the year. He also had a stolen base. So he is the first 43 man of all time. Hit it to the opposite field on a fastball. The tempo was perfect. The rhythm was really nice. He did fall away when they showed like the camera from above his head. You could see him falling away the way he always does. When you were looking straight on, he seemed like he was on it, but he had nice rhythm, nice tempo. And for the most part, he was on it because that's Shohei. Who cares if he's falling off the ball? He's strong enough to still hit it out. The swing right prior to the home run was absolutely massive. It was huge. He practically screwed himself into the ground. So you knew he was dialed. He just missed that one. And then launched the next one to the left field bleachers for his 43rd homer. That made it 10-5. One more thing tonight that I wanted to run by you. I don't know how I feel about them really. Are the Diamondbacks uniforms, the Serpientes, what are they called? The City Connect jerseys. That color is distracting, especially when you're wearing the hats that are that color. And like, what is that color, by the way? Is it gray poupon? Is it French vanilla? Is it saffron rice? I think it's a little bit more saffron mixed with it's like all three of those together, right? Gray poupon, French vanilla ice cream, and saffron. I don't know. I mean, I like when they're different. I definitely like that. But I don't know. They're so just uncomfortable looking. It's just a bizarre color. And then when you did what Jock Peterson did and mixed it with yellow, he was wearing yellow gloves and yellow shoes. That looked even more bizarre. So I don't know if I'm a fan of those or not. I still think without a doubt, my favorite two or three City Connect jerseys are Miami and the Padres. Although those two teams should switch as far as the color schemes. The Padres color scheme should be what Miami is wearing. And then the Miami Marlins should be what the Padres are wearing. I don't like anything about Houston at all, but I do like their City Connect jerseys that say Space City on them. I think that's pretty cool because it's paying homage to, Houston being a space city. That's what we've talked about with the Dodgers. Their City Connect jerseys don't connect to the city in any way, shape, or form. I don't know what the confetti speckles on their shoulder is. We've talked about this before, that there's so many things in Hollywood, in LA, that they could be representing on the jerseys. It's a missed opportunity for me. Maybe they'll get it right next year because this year, not really good, not good at all. And the color is kind of that same French vanilla, creamy, gray poupon saffron color. So they missed the boat there. As for the game, this was really the way Oral Hershiser described it was 3 games, like 3-3-3. It was kind of more like 2 games to me. It really was the first, when the Dodgers scored 5, up to about the 5th inning, they got things kind of back in track and slowed it down a little bit. And then it wasn't such a barn burner, which was nice to see, but the defense was good, grounded into double plays 2 times in the 3rd and the 5th, 5-4-3 double plays across the infield, which was really nice to see. So I thought the defense was good. I like the fact that they rallied when they were down 5, and there was just a lot going on in the first half of this game. And the fact that you knew it was going to come back to earth, you knew it had to slow down. They couldn't keep that up for the entire game. I mean, after the 4th inning, through 4 innings, 12 total hits, 10 total runs, 11 bases for the Dodgers, 10 for the Diamondbacks, 4 left on by the Dodgers, 5 left on by the Snakes. So there was just a lot going on, and it had to slow down. The fact that the Dodgers reignited the fire and got it rolling with 3 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th on the Shohei home run to pad the lead. Ultimately, the Shohei home run was the game winner because Dave Roberts had to mess with the rotation of the bullpen and not put guys in there where they belong. Like when you have a closer like Michael Kopech who throws 100. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Is there anybody else on the team that throws 100? I don't think so. I don't think there is. Like, what are you doing? The 6th inning, what was that all about? And again, Kopech, it just seems like he gets ticked off. I don't know. I'd like to meet that guy and see what kind of dude he is, because he seems like he has that edge that a closer needs, and I love that about him. And it seems like a lot of closers, like, look, if I'm not closing, then the energy has changed. It's different. The attitude, the approach, all of that is different. There are plenty of pitchers, and the Dodgers have a lot of them, thankfully, that are just kind of like, hey, I'm happy to be here. Put me in wherever you want, and I'm going to go out there and take care of business, right? It feels like Evan Phillips is that way. It feels like Daniel Hudson's definitely that way. Banda, Vesia, all those guys, like, wherever you need me, I'm ready. Let's go. And their attitude doesn't change. They're very even keeled. But closers, they're not that way. It's like you're Tom Cruise, and all of a sudden you're the supporting actor. No, Tom Cruise is a star. Matt Damon is the star. You don't put those guys in movies as the supporting character. No, they're the lead, right? They're the main guy. And if you put them in this other role, unless they've asked for that, it just feels weird, right? It looks weird. They probably don't know how to behave. And that's what I feel like is going on with Kopech. That when they put him in the 6th or the 7th or the 8th, he's kind of like, this is weird. This doesn't feel right. I'm the closer. At least that's what they told me. That's what they told us. Maybe they haven't told him yet. Maybe they've told everyone but him that he's the closer. I don't know. Very weird, very bizarre, but in the end, it all worked out. So I guess I can stop grousing. 10-9 the final. Win number 81 for the Dodgers. 5 clear of the D-backs in the West. 6 clear of the Padres, who took care of the Rays tonight with ease. Dodgers now 81-54, 36-30 on the road. Diamondbacks 76-59, 38-29 there at Chase Field. We'll take our final break, and when we come back, we will get into how the Dodgers have been. We talked a little bit about their 2-strike hitting. I have the batting average that they've been hitting over the last 4 or 5 games with 2 strikes. It's pretty encouraging to go up with that stat as the best team in baseball in the RBI department with 2 outs. So the Dodgers definitely do not go away when there's 2 outs or 2 strikes. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by Liquid IV. I was at Costco again today. That's 3 consecutive days I was at Costco. And I was at a different Costco. So this different Costco had the Liquid IV right back by the front door again. Again, I think it's so strange how they move stuff around all over the place, but it's definitely a tip of the cap to Liquid IV to have them right by the front door. Get hydrated with electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients for the number one powered hydration brand in America, because baseball and summer go together like Liquid IV and indulgent nutrient. Tear, pour, 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. It's powered by Live Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. 3 times the electrolytes of leading sport drinks, 8 essential vitamins and minerals. Blast off with the iconic summer flavor of Popsicle Firecracker, a festive blend of citrus-fueled lemon, lime, tart cherry, and raspberry flavors all mixed up together. Find all the flavors you're looking for on their website. If that firecracker thing doesn't sound good, they have acai berry, lemon lime, and pina colada. No more thirsty summers when you indulge in hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code MLB at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using the promo code MLB at liquidiv.com. Dodgers a 10-9 win to take game 1 of this 4-game Labor Day set against the Dirty Snakes, the Serpientes. also known as the Arizona Diamondbacks. 10-9 the final, 2 in the first for the Dodgers, 3 in the second. Again, that came on a Miggy Rojas RBI and then a sac fly and a fielder's choice. That made it 5-2. They gave up 1 in the bottom of the second. That was Joe Kelly's run, but they settled down a little bit after that. Joe Kelly gave up a couple more. How many give up altogether? He gave up 2 on 3 hits. That wasn't great managing there to let Joe Kelly go out there and throw an inning and 2/3, 46 pitches. Again, it's the most pitches he's thrown in 8 years. Vesia had a nice frame for an inning and a third. Brazier still just dealing 7 pitches today. He's averaging 9 pitches since he returned from the IL. Kopech, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 hit. But no runs on 18 pitches. Hudson, 1K and a bunch of zeros. Trinan, 1K and a hit, the rest zeros. And Banda gave up 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 home run. Here is the Dodgers batting average over their last 6 games with 2 strikes, 366. And if you're wondering how good that is, the league average is like 183. It's just over 180. So the Dodgers are doubling what everyone else is doing in the league with 2 strikes. So that's a good place to be. All in all tonight, I think there was a lot of positivity here. Hopefully they can figure out how to keep this bullpen from getting completely gassed in this series. You have to assume that we don't see Joe Kelly tomorrow. Vesia probably will get the day off. Brazier's probably available with only 7 pitches. Who knows about Kopech? They'll probably be available. Keep Hudson available. Trinan, Banda probably not. He threw 27 pitches. So the thing that we're all hoping for is a nice long runway from Gavin Stone, another 6 or 7 inning performance to give this bullpen a bit of a rest. 10-9 tonight. Shohei Ohtani hits his 43rd home run. Freddie Freeman hits his 18th. And probably for me, the biggest one of the night was Will Smith's 3-run job, because he was just absolutely jacked when he rounded first base. So excited that he is finally getting back on track. He's been hitting the ball hard, but now finally got some results. A 3-run home run, 392 feet, came on a 2-strike count, his 17th of the season. And let's hope he keeps that going, because that is good for the Dodgers. 10-9 the final. Again, their 81st win of the season versus 54 losses. Diamondbacks now 5 back. They're 76 and 59. We'll talk tomorrow after game 2, which starts around 5:10 there in Phoenix at Chase Field. Again, Gavin Stone goes for the boys in blue. Make sure you come right here when the game is over, and we'll talk about it. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. And you can listen on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed wherever you find your podcasts. That's also where you find Jeff and Vince doing the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast. We appreciate you everydayers making us your source for your team every day. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your holiday weekend. We'll talk tomorrow. Have a good one.